What's the sense of community in Pittsburgh among artists, and like what are your networks like? Are you drawing on them more as kind of resources have dried up? Can you talk a little bit about the sense of community here in Pittsburgh?
Oh, absolutely. I think that it's, especially in the hip hop community right now, hip hop wise, Pittsburgh has made some pretty big strides in really over the last year, including having artists have national success. Artists named Wiz Khalifa, artists like myself as well. So this conversation has really started on how we could use the resources that we have and kind of join together. And I mean, it's strength in numbers, it's power in numbers, and of course, it's more resources in numbers. And so, especially when I'm a hip hop artist, and so if anybody's familiar with the current state of the recording industry, it's not a good state right now. It's pretty bad. And the recording industry is struggling to kind of catch up with this digital revolution and iTunes and digital downloads. And so even what was a record deal 10 years ago is different now. So the conversation has begun about artists coming together and pooling resources and kind of forming coalitions and forming unity in order to then begin to put the product out ourselves. And right now, the beautiful thing is that I, as an artist, can put a song on YouTube or MySpace or Twitter or some of these social networks, and I've had people comment on my songs from as far away as China, Germany, England, because you're dealing with the World Wide Web. So it's definitely, I guess if you sort of look at it like Brett, you can look at it and kind of look at some of the negative things around it. But oftentimes when you face difficulty, it does bring people closer together, mm-hmm. and out of that closeness, out of that unity, can form some pretty strong bonds. And so that's really what we're seeing now in the hip hop community.
For a jazz musician in Pittsburgh, it's really how to get on the scene. It's about the people and networking and contacts. So when you have places like CJ's down in the Strip and different venues where you can go and sit in and play with these musicians, and you just build contacts.
How is it being a young musician? Did you find mentors with some of the older guys and gals who've been around for a long time?
Yes, a lot of mentors, like Sean Jones, Dwayne Dolphin, just all the guys I look up to, and as a young musician about to go off to school for music, I'm trying to soak it all in. Mm-hmm. So when I go up, I'll be that much ahead of the game. Mm-hmm.
I feel like the dance community right now is at an awesome place where there's lots and lots of collaboration going on, not only with one another, but with other artists. Since the fellowship began, I've done lots and lots of collaborations with Vanessa, as well as visual artists, and I just did a piece this weekend where we used a lot of projection by Stacy Pearl, who I saw come in a little earlier. So there's lots and lots of collaborations going on. In my organization, what I'm trying to do is create a platform at the Alloy Space for dancers to come in and have their artistic voices heard as well, for us to share audiences and for the community to get a sneak peek at these other organizations that are going on that they might not otherwise know about. So by doing that, they not only get to learn more about what I'm doing, but these other groups as well. And so we're kind of helping each other, supporting each other, sharing each other's audiences, and just kind of getting the word out there.